Roster changes. Roster Mania. It's upon us. Nadeshot retiring. Crim6 to Optic. Optic Crim6. Karma to Optic. Nadeshot retiring. Nadeshot retiring. Optic Crim6. I told you guys this was going to happen. I told you things were going to go down. I told you hell was going to break loose whenever they decided to make a rule that teams could have, as long as they had 2 players on the team that were in Season 3, then you are allowed to trade whoever you want, how many times you want. It doesn't freaking matter. So basically anyone could go anywhere. If Scump and Nadeshot wanted to leave Optic, which they don't, but if they did, and they went to a random AM team, you're allowed to do that. You know why? Because, or went to, like, say, TK, for instance. You know why they can do that? Because they were in Season 3. It doesn't matter if TK drops their whole roster and picks up Nadeshot. And Scump, you know why? Because who gives a crap right now? Because the whole freaking MLG Call of Duty scene is on its side. Literally, I have no idea what's going on. I told you guys this was going to happen, by the way. This is Airflying 2K Ops, if you guys didn't know. I was talking. But, you know, MLG is going crazy right now. I have some crazy trades that I've been following like a hawk. I actually have a new Twitter. It's at @air_flying, and I also have a roster changes Twitter as well. One of the most, I would say, up to date. I'm constantly checking, and I constantly upload, and it's at MLG Roster Mania. I tweet like every 10 minutes to let you guys know what's going on, if anything's happening, rumors, any stuff like that. And I've been watching like a hawk and tweeting out all this stuff. So basically, with that said, moving on to the actual trades, what happened. So first thing we see, Parasite dropped from FaZe, right? You know, big deal, whoop. We figured, I honestly figured Parasite would be dropped from FaZe. They just don't have the chemistry, and I don't think Karma's really on that team anymore. It's kind of like up in the air, like, you know, who really cares? But you know, right now for FaZe, it is Apathy and Censor. I do not see any of those 2 trading places in any way or leaving the team. Apathy seems really happy with Censor, and obviously Censor's the captain, so why would he leave, right? Moving on. Aches and TP announced free agency, and I wasn't really sure what to think about this. I thought it was kind of like a joke, and I was kind of curious. I was like, you know, why are they announcing this? Is this just like a little funny thing? But whenever TP does it, it's official. Like, it's not a joke anymore. If Aches and Crim6 do it, then it's kind of like, you know, very like I'm along with the joke. But when TP does it, it's like, whoa, this really happened? So does EG release all their players? That's what it looks like. I don't think EG is going to be an organization anymore. Nothing, like I said, has been officially announced. That's whenever I know for sure, obviously, because whenever you get like an official word, then you're allowed to kind of think beyond that. So what it looks like right now is that Aches, TP, and Crim6 are all looking for, you know, teams to go to, as well as Dito. You know, Dito was on the team as well, but you know, who really knows where they're going to go? And I'll talk about that a little bit later. Next we saw was Neslo drop from TK. Now, I was honestly surprised about this. If anyone was going to be dropped, I think it should have been Theory. But, you know, Sharp with being the captain. Goonjar's obviously a very good player. You know, he's an AR player, which would be good for Advanced Warfare. You know, Neslo was dropped from TK. Apparently there was some falling out. Neslo didn't really respect him that much. Chemistry just really wasn't there. Neslo said he wanted to quit a couple times. You know, who knows what happened there. But, you know, Nestle said he was okay with it. He wasn't mad. He understands, and that he's ready to win. And I've actually been seeing Nestle retweet every time someone announces that they're looking for a player. He retweets that tweet. So Nestle's looking for somewhere to go, and he's looking to get some chemistry as soon as he possibly can. So Nestle was dropped from TK. Also, Crim6 later announced right after this happened that he was also a free agent, obviously because everyone else has. Next, Curse dropped Burnsoff and Tipsy. Now, Tipsy's a really, really good player, as well as Burnsoff is as well. I'm not too familiar with Burnsoff. I'm more familiar with Tipsy just because I've seen him on different teams. Tipsy is a very, very good player, and also, like I said, Burnsoff is too. Not really sure why they dropped those 2. No offense to Mochella or, you know, Enable, but I feel like if you're gonna drop someone, it should have been maybe Burnsoff. And I would say Mochella, but I think Mochella is the captain. You know, Enable's a really, really good player, but sucks that the little guys were dropped. And I think that, you know, maybe Tipsy might go to a really good team. Not saying that he won't, but I think Tipsy's a really good player. So that's what happened with Curse. Next, during the Optic Plays AW stream, if you guys are familiar with that, Optic played Advanced Warfare for about 2 hours yesterday with Puckett talking over it and during the game. It's pretty entertaining. I really, really liked what I saw. They announced the new MLG, what do you call it, the Codcaster mode, which looked really, really cool, and I'm really excited to see that. But I think it was like the last 5 minutes of the stream, Killa announces that he's leaving Optic Nation, and as soon as we saw this, Imbos tweets back, he goes, thanks for the heads up. You know, good luck. And I think Killa was like said, good luck, Marcus, or something. So Killa leaves Optic Nation. I guess without telling anyone or announcing anything. You know, that's just how Killa works. Killa's you know, freaking hilarious. So, you know, it's kind of funny to see him leave. I don't think he's going to be coming back to Optic anytime soon. He said he really wanted to win, and he just didn't see the success there. I agree. Don't think they worked out very well. So, Killa is now a free agent. Next thing we saw, which is about, I think it was like maybe 5 minutes later. So, these things kind of happen all at one time. Looney announces that he's joining TK. Now, Looney and Nestle kind of play the same role. I think Looney was actually a really great pickup for TK. You know, Looney obviously leaves Rise Nation, so Rise Nation also looking for a fourth. Not sure what's going to happen with, you know, with that. So Rise loses a player. TK has their roster. It'll be Sharp, Goonjar, Theory, and Looney. So I think it's going to be a pretty solid squad, to be quite honest with you. So I'm pretty excited to see what TK can do now in Advanced Warfare. Next, this is just a side thing. No one really noticed this except for me. Fear, who was a team that used to be really, really good. Actually, not really, really good, but they were pretty good back in the old days of, you know, Black Ops and Modern Warfare 3 and stuff like that. Fear announces that they need 2 more players with Moho and Assassin. Now, Moho is kind of like the captain. He basically made Fear in a sense. He's the captain. He's the main guy. He's not going to be dropped by any means. And Assassin's a really, really good player that never really stopped playing for Fear. He's always liked playing Call of Duty. I think he played Halo for a while. So, you know, could we see people trying to go to Fear? You know, I could see Tipsy going to Fear, possibly. Just a little idea. So that's pretty crazy. And next we saw Study drop from Denial. Now this really, really got me like, what? Like, what is happening? Denial dropped Study. Not sure why. I think Study was one of the best players on Denial. You know, he didn't have the best events toward the end of the game, but that doesn't mean he's not going to be a good player. Could we see Study go somewhere? I think so. Obviously, he has to go somewhere. Where else is he going to go, right? So, I was pretty surprised about that. I guess Denial's really going to need a fourth now. So, you know, Denial only with 3 players. A bunch of teams really just have no one. And I feel like the free agency has never been this... I don't know, how do I say this? The free agency has never been this talented before. I mean, you have Crim6, you have Aches, you have TP, you have Burnsoff, you have, you have Neslo, you have Killa, you have like a bunch of crazy players Study, and no one's like picking them up. And it's kind of weird. Or maybe those free agents are just playing the market right, you know, seeing who offers them what. I just never seen this many people in free agency. As soon as a player gets dropped, you usually see someone pick them right back up. You know, maybe we could see some players trying to maybe wait for an offer from a good team, maybe like TK. Actually, no, TK picked up Looney, never mind. Maybe from Optic Gaming, Optic Nation, you know, who really knows? So after this happened, Nadeshot tweets out these certain messages. Now, I don't know what this means. This could be a joke. I think it's probably a joke, but you never know. Nadeshot tweets out these messages that are, it's like this. It's like S space C space P space K. So it's like S, C, P, K, but separated. Which I guess everyone assumes to be Scump, Clay, Proof, and Karma. You know, I think this is just a joke. I think he's just messing around with us, but you never know. And then he later tweets out in R, which is separated with the space, like I said, which could mean not retiring, Nadeshot retiring, never retiring. You know, I came up with a bunch of different stuff that I tweeted out, and you know, everyone's kind of confused. They're like, you know, what does this mean? What's happening? And I really have no idea. Nadeshot's just screwing with the whole thing, which is kind of funny. But you know, Nadeshot actually tweeted out before this all happened. He said, you know, roster Mania is a good thing. You know, it's really, really fun to watch, and I agree. It's really, really fun to just get into. It's almost like a show. Like you're watching an episode of who's gonna go where and what's gonna happen. So overall, it's just a fun thing to watch. But some of my thoughts. Now, these aren't official things. These are just my ideas. These things have not been announced. I think Miracles is gonna leave Optic Nation, just unless they get a good player. I feel like once Killa finds a good team, and if that team maybe needs a fourth, Miracles might head over there. You know, Killa and Miracles have always put on the same team, and they really like teaming together. So I feel like if Killa finds a solid team when they need someone else, Miracles will definitely leave, or Miracles will just leave and go somewhere on his own. So you know, who knows where Miracles could go. Could Crim6 go to Optic? Now, this is something that I've been seeing all over the Twitter sphere, talking about, will Crim6 go to Optic Gaming? Will he go to Optic Nation? Optic Nation obviously needs you know, 1 player right now. Could they need 2 more players? You know, I really have no idea. This is just an idea that I had take it with a grain of salt to say, say Miracles leaves, right? You have Imbos, you have Ricky, and say that for some reason TP and both Crim6 go to Optic Nation. Now I've been wondering, well, TP and Bows are both, they're both the Slayers. I mean, they're both objective players. How's that going to work? TP can honestly play the Slayer roles. TP is such a good Slayer. Not sure why I said such twice, but TP is an amazing Slayer. He can play both. That's why in the beginning of the game he was so good at getting kills and also getting objectives. He was literally like the slaying master when the game first came out, which I feel like is why Complexity, who later turned into EG, was just so good. At that. So could we see that? I really have no idea. Teams like FaZe only have 2 players. Could we see, them go there? Who's Eggs gonna go to? Could Eggs and Crim6 team up? Could Eggs and TP, team up? I think this is like the first time. If they go somewhere else, Eggs and TP will be apart from each other in like the last 3 years, which is insane. Where's that at? Or are they gonna try to keep the same chemistry and go to like a team like FaZe? I doubt it, but it's a possibility. Anything could happen. Stuff like the study trade really made me think. I was like, why is that happening? Why is this happening? Is Denial just getting rid of study because they see everyone that's really good? Could we see Karma go to Denial? I mean, there's just so many options. Like Parasite and Crim6 going to Optic Nation. The amount of possibilities are endless, and it's just insane what's happening right now. It's funny, but it's also like just crazy. And could we see the Impact team come back? Could we see Impact come back? If you guys are familiar with the Impact team, it was early on Black Ops 2, which was Killa, Miracles, Karma, and Parasite. Right now, Killa, Karma, and Parasite are all free agents. If Miracles would go to this team, who knows? But could they just team up on a random team? Who knows? Could they start a new franchise team? I really have no idea. But it's just really fun to think about. I really like that Impact team. They did win, I think the first, no, actually it was the second. If you count COD XP, then it was the second, but if you don't, then it was the first. Call of Duty Championships, which they absolutely owned everyone. Parasite and Karma dominated, and Killa was just the master, as well as Miracles. So, could we see that Impact team come back? Who knows? And this is just a final thought. I thought maybe could Optic pick up Study? Study is a really good player. I feel like Study would bring that hype factor to Optic, which Optic really likes. Optic's just a really good team. Nation really needs a 4th player. So could Study be that 4th person that that might make Miracles stay or make Miracles leave? Who knows? Like I said, who knows? And the final thought: could Optic Gaming be breaking up? I don't know. I really have no idea. In some ways, I could see them dropping Proof. I think Clay's just so good, and I think Proof is so good as well. So I really have no idea. I feel like if anyone was going to be dropped, it would probably be Proof. But Clay is just so good in Advanced Warfare. When they played the other day, Proof did good. I mean, he did very well, but Clay, I think, got like 240 bombs. Scump did pretty well. Scump's obviously going to do good in every single game he plays in. And Nadeshot got like a 1v4 in S&D, so it's like, everyone played as well as they usually do. So, there's that. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I apologize if it was a little long. It's just, there's so much stuff happening, guys. I can't even put it in like a smaller time. I just can't. It's just insane. Thank you guys once again, like I said, for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to click on my links down below. Make sure to follow my new Twitter at air_flying, as well as my MLG roster changes Twitter at MLG roster mania. So if you guys would do that, it would really help me out, as well as leave me a like. It would really help me out as well. So thank you guys once again so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.